Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. It's time for another season. I'm Rick Hoy, the voice of the Redskins, joined by the head coach, Kirk Frederick. And Coach, when you walked in, you said these aren't fun to do. They're not, but everybody has their time. And game one, or 0 week as we call it, against Broken Arrow, just didn't go well.
No, it wasn't. You spend 9 months trying to get ready for a game like this, and trying to build a team coming off of a loss in the championship game a year ago. Our team came back with so much resolve. As coaches, we felt like that we were right on point. And when you have an expectation and you get a dose of reality, Broken Arrow's got a great football team. They did an amazing job in the game. So many points in our game where we didn't. I think that a year ago, a lot of those same mistakes were made, but we won the game. This year we can fix a bunch of those, and I think that we'll be able to put a product on the field later on the season that I think we can be competitive with Broken Arrow. And but right now we're not as good as them. I mean, that's the fact. And so it's tough to look in the mirror sometimes at that, but so many simple things can be fixed, and we look forward to the challenge and moving on to game two.
And so a lot of that is just inexperience. Young guys, when you talk about losing, experience last year, there's a whole lot of, we'll see stats here in a minute, a lot of these stats would have been filled up by the guys you had last year.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you look across the inexperience, there were many guys that were just playing in that game for the very first time. And so they're going to gain a lot of that knowledge, and hopefully we'll see a lot of improvement.
And they're going to need it because it doesn't get a whole lot easier. But let's get right to the stats here. And when you look at these numbers, you would think, hey, this was a really close football game. And I don't think the final score is indicative of how close it was most of the time. But when you look at that, what do you like, what do you not like?
Well, we had an opportunity, to get back in the game a couple of times, and a couple of things, one way or the other. I feel like we're right there. And total yards, obviously some of those yards are maybe, you might say some garbage stuff toward the end of the game. We threw about 5 hitch routes out of bounds when they're playing some prevent on us. And so some of that's not as indicative of how well Broken Arrow's defense played. They played really well. The rushing yards, doubling the rushing yards is definitely something that is telling there. And then the thing that's not there is the hidden yardage within the punt teams. I think that they had almost 105 yards more hidden yardage within the punt team, which is a big deal. If you have a tailback, we told our kids, if we had a tailback rush for 105 yards, we'd say he had a pretty decent night, and so for them to have that much advantage over 4 plays is a big deal.
Certainly. And the one thing I do really like a lot there is I look at penalties early in the year. 4 for 28 with a young team. That's a standout.
It is, and that's one of the things that didn't show up. But we've done a lot of groundwork. The response that our kids had, talking to our kids about how to play the game, those types of things. How do you respond in adversity? Probably the best team I've ever seen come out of a loss or during a game. The way they responded. So the chemistry there and the backbone of our team is very, very strong. Didn't turn into points, but as a coach, I'm very encouraged by that.
And some of that backbone are some of our players of the game, including on offense, where you got another Pearson. He's not big, but he can make things happen.
Yeah, Kyler was definitely the most consistent guy offensively. On a night when we don't have a lot of offensive production, he was a guy that just went to battle. He was in the places he needed to be, made the plays, got the lone touchdown that we had, and I'm very proud of Kyler and the way that he played. Excited to have him in that slot receiver position.
And then J.T. McLeod defensively had a tough assignment on Gage Kaiser.
Yeah, I thought J.T. did really well. I feel like that he affected their game plan at times, and just knowing where J.T. was, I know they tried to motion and get Kaiser away from him at times. So we really felt like that. A guy that's started for 2 years, going in his 3rd year, should play that way, and was very proud of the way JT came ready to play. And
Noah Rauschenberg, the long field goal, kicking it out of the bounds, just what you expect.
Yeah, I mean, you get Noah in there, and you're able to kick the ball in the end zone on kickoff. So, to start your season, your year off with a 45-yarder is a big deal, and those were big points at that point of the game, and very proud of Noah.
All right, so let's get to the first half highlights. We'll do that when we come back on the Union Football Coaches Show.
At the Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we're proud to have been Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. EOC is equipped to evaluate and treat all orthopedic disorders and sports injuries, as well as providing surgical consultation and physical therapy. With a large number of only the best qualified specialists on staff, we're able to provide better care than anyone else in Eastern Oklahoma. Ask your doctor about EOC or call us for a consultation. We're located in the Natalie Medical Building at 6475 South Yale.
Union fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of the Union Redskins. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Union Redskins athletic app will keep you up to date with all things Union. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Union Redskins. You can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
We're back on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to first half highlights. Zero week, as we call it, Broken Arrow and Union. And of course, you guys have won so many of these, but it's still really cool to come out of the tunnel against these guys.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like the atmosphere that in a big game like this, and love that opportunity to come out right off the bat. Get a little sprint out over here and unable to handle it. Again, you know, some first game jitters, and need to establish a running game early on. One of those things that just never came to us, but we're able to get the ball out to the outside, to the perimeter, to Darius. He's going to have a really positive year. Look forward to what Darius Boone is going to do.
Good pressure there.
Good pressure inside right there. You can see great camera work. You got Murdoch coming in there. You got Nick Jones. Unfortunately, we lost Nick after this first series to a knee injury, but again, very, very proud of those guys. They get an unbalanced line on us. We don't recognize it well enough and get leverage on us. They're able to pick up a nice first down, lose a little leverage on the edge there as well. And so they've got us right down here, our back against the wall, and our defense needs to respond.
You see Nick making another nice play.
Nick making a nice play, kind of limping around right now, just trying to make it through and we eventually just had to get him out of the game. Great job here by Trey, letting it stretch out. Nice job on the edge, and then, of course, Cameron Watts from the safety position coming in. And how about a defensive lineman chasing him all the way out there?
No kidding.
With McGuire. Good pressure, way to match up. Great pressure off the edge right there. Nice job there by Tomlin. And defensively, we match those routes up. Good pressure again, good coverage, and force them into a field goal situation after a short field. Was really proud of our defense in that setting.
Yeah, when you get set in a position like that, that's all you're looking for is let's try to keep them out of the end zone.
Come back here again. We missed some blocks. You know, we've got a couple of returning guys on the offensive line, but they're playing in different positions, and so again, it's one of those things we've got to get shored up. Broken Arrow's coaching staff did a great job. Came out in a different defensive front than we've ever seen them in before, and so we needed to adjust quicker to it than we did.
Terrific tackle.
Great play, tackle for loss from Jaquan Sanders at corner. Junior, for his first time start, did a great job. Again, got coverage down the field, doing a nice job. We did not do very well in third downs most of the night. I think Broken Arrow was 60%, and we'd love that to be around 30%. Of getting off the grass at certain times, but again, I couldn't fault our kids in how hard they were playing. Get them into a punting situation, and you know, one thing that's not seen on video is how much wind we have. There's quite a bit of wind for that first game. Love it. Here's Mr. Pearson here. He's the third of the Pearsons that played for us, and love having that guy. Is going to be a weapon as a return guy. Elijah Tomlin at tailback now, trying to bounce it out there on the zone and get caught up underneath. Got A.J. Green. A.J. Green's a sophomore in his first action, catching a little smoke screen to the outside. Pick up a couple of yards with that. They do a nice job defending the route to Torrey on the outside there. And unfortunately, we just, again, some of these first game deals here, I was really proud of Stephon here, you know, not trying to do too much. Just take the safety, don't do anything crazy, protect the football after a mistake. And so they get the safety out of it, but they don't get the touchdown out of it.
The quarterback change here.
Quarterback change, defense. Again, loose contain on that guy is going to be a good one to try to handle there. But again, just trying to make those guys, make them snap it every time. And you see A.J. Green come up from corner, make a nice play there. You see Trey, and of course Panther in there doing a nice job inside. And you're probably going to see, some situation where you misfit some gaps. You miss some gaps coming in and those kinds of things. It makes it a little bit tougher, but those things will get corrected. Nice play inside there. How about Jake Rogers at linebacker? Again, coming in because of some injuries. He's a junior linebacker. He's going to make a lot of plays. There's another one of those interior line stunts where we got out of gap, but BA does a nice job of running it inside and getting into the end zone. How about a big play here for Spencer Shadle? A little 5-yard hitch route. He breaks the tackle and gets about 49 out of it. Really proud of Spencer, able to make those plays.
Well, that's the kind of thing that kind of fire him up to make more.
That's definitely what we needed after we started pretty poorly here, getting down in the game, and we needed a spark that would get us in there. And so you can see getting out of that first quarter, getting the ball on our end, and what a great throw and catch to Boone coming from Peyton there. Nice job getting us into the red zone. Great camera work, by the way. Awesome job. And you can see as we start this drive, we get in the red zone. We want to make sure that we get points out of every time we get in the red zone. Love the protection here. Had great protection. And then there's Kyler. What a great throw. Ran the double move into the end zone there, and feel like, hey, this second quarter we got something going.
Yeah, boy, he pegged him with that one.
Got us a little bit of juice from the offense. You see Murdoch in there making a nice play. The defensive line in there doing a good job. Get a little out route there. Jaquan knocks it out of bounds. You can see a great fit inside. We just missed the tackle on that. Elijah's there to bring down the tough running back. There's Darius again making a nice play inside, real physical up front, and those guys making a nice stop for us. Come back with the quarterback change. I thought, what a great job by Trey keeping it inside, and then of course just the inside pressure and scrape from Jake Rogers. Just did a great job for us at linebacker with the big quarterback sack.
Nearly had one right there.
Got really close. So we get the ball back and trying to get something going. We dodge a bullet there with the ball, almost intercepted. Kind of got it into coverage there, but again, hit us a little bit early there, so it gives us a fresh set of downs. Love the run there by Darius. Good vision inside. Offensive line, again, you can kind of feel some momentum change just a little bit. Get it out to Kenny Avery on the outside there. Nice throw and catch. Really nice there by Darius, picking up, just keeping a drive sustained, keeping the defense guessing just a little bit. We get the ball out to A.J. Green again, picking up a couple of more yards here or there. Take a shot down the field, and we're just off the fingertips there to Torrey Dillard. Torrey's another really good slot. Missed that one, come back, and I love having Noah. Good snap by Brock Henry, and hold by Kyler, and kick by Noah. Nice 45-yard field goal.
Felt some consistency there.
Felt really good. How about the fit from our corner coming down in the box there? Jaquan doing a nice job. Trey keeping the ball inside. They're moving the ball just a little bit there, but got to be a little tougher on the point of attack. There's another guy that had to step in, Michael Walker at linebacker, junior linebacker, came in and made a nice plug on it. Great throw and catch to the outside on a little smoke screen. Great vision by Darius Boone getting the ball inside. Again, one of those that we're just really close. Come back here on 4th down with the clock running out in the second quarter, and it's one of those when you're just inches from the spot, and you hope that the receiver, falls forward to get it, and unfortunately came up just a little bit short. I feel like with a little bit of time there, it was about a minute left, we had a chance maybe to at least get a field goal with the win. So feel like we've survived the first quarter now. You know, in that second quarter, got some momentum. Felt pretty positive going into halftime.
Felt some consistency, a little bit of rhythm right there. And you'd love to know if you could have gotten the lead right there, how they would have reacted. So that would have been a lot of fun. Well, we'll come back with the second half highlights coming up. Broken Arrow and Union, 0 week next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
The company I work for takes your trash and turns it into clean, renewable energy. We've moved to 5 different cities and bought 6 different houses. Now, I could talk trash about what we've been through with other mortgages, but let me just say this. Go with TTCU. Now, a mortgage is probably the largest purchase you'll ever make, and you need a friend, somebody to watch out for your best interests. We were so impressed with our mortgage experience, we moved everything to TTCU. Best decision ever. Make a clean break to TTCU.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independence Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independence Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Welcome back to another edition of the Union Football Coaches Show. Now to the second half highlights of Broken Arrow and Union. Rick Corey along with the head coach, Kirk Frederick. And let's get right to it. Broken Arrow with the ball coming out, but you felt like you had momentum.
Yeah, we did. You know, we chose to kick into the wind, you know, thinking that maybe, you know, it's a tight ball game. Fourth quarter, you're going to want the wind. And with a kicker like Noah, we thought we could pin him deep. Our kick coverage was great. We got him down around the 22-yard line. And now the defense just needs to step up and make some plays. They get behind us there a little bit. Jaquan will work on his technique on the double move, but again, nice job, good pressure. There's Jaquan coming up. What a great play. Undersized corner making a nice play on the tailback. How about Elijah right there? Elijah Tomlin doing a great job. Got JT McLeod. Good perimeter force contain on our defense right there. Nice throw and catch on the deep out there. Gets it out to the 50-yard line, gets it close. And you can see we're stringing it out. Mason Givens, that's about 300 pounds chasing sideline to sideline. Yep. Great job by Mason getting in there. I love the way he's playing. Keith Dorsey comes in, makes a nice stop, chases it from the inside, from the safety position. You know, Keith played tailback for us last year. And then Jake Rogers, they mishandle snap. Jake gets the stop we need right there. Pretty fired up, start the second half. Defense plays a really good series and gets us the ball right at midfield. Come back in, get a few yards on the run game, and we're just off just an angle or two right there, but really encouraged by a few things I think that we can fix within our run game that'll help us out. Unable to come away with any points on the turnover. So defense back to work, and there's Jake Rogers again. Probably called his name several times on the radio.
Yeah, that looked very Braden Spicer-like right there.
Great job here on the edge, containing it. And, of course, Micah Walker coming in at linebacker makes a nice stop. A couple of things just like this play right here. You know, when quarterback steps up, we've got to be able to have a D lineman, you know, replace that gap. And so a few of those things I think we can correct.
It's one of the few missed tackles we saw out in the open.
Yeah, missed tackle right there. Big play for Broken Arrow. So you see the momentum. They're coming down inside the red zone. Got pressure coming. Again, another one of those contained situations. A couple of those. That one didn't hurt us as bad, but you're going to see one come up here in a minute. Right there, we just lose track of the receiver on a scramble. And a couple of those things I think we can correct and maybe play a little bit stiffer. Try to take our shot down the field, and man, what a great throw and a catch to Kenny Avery. What a great answer by our offense to, you know, right after that to say, hey, we're not finished. You get Elijah in there, run the football here in the third quarter. Good push out of the offensive line. Great push on the nose guard right there. Nice job inside. Ricky Stromberg playing center right now. And you could see that, you know, there's Elijah as he starts to get more and more reps. He'll get better and better at that. We come back here, and unfortunately, we just busted our routes, and put 2 receivers in the same area, which creates an extra defender and unable to get the ball in there and get a turnover. tough one to swallow in that. Great job, Trey. You can see, as I told you, one of the things our guys did is they continued to battle over and over. Trey does a great job off the edge right there. Trey Thompson, senior outside linebacker. Love the energy he brings to our defense. Another one of those where we just got to fold over and get pressure. This one really, really hurt. It was a tough one. As a defensive guy, that was the play we needed to step up and make, force them to punt, and unfortunately we weren't able to do it. Guys in there battling, doing a nice job, making a host of Redskins making the tackle on that. Again, trying to get deep on it, but we're able to keep the underneath coverage, and we just miss a gap. Tough one there. Our guys continue to battle. Their tailback does an outstanding job getting it down into the red zone. Quarterback's trying to get outside. You get a run through by the linebacker. Jaquan comes up, makes a nice stop. Hit a little boot play to the outside. Another one of those that you feel like that, once we get a little more experience off the power pass, we'll do a little better job with it. Good job stopping the fullback inside. They get down here to the 1 yard line. The fullback's able to jump over and get the score for us.
And obviously at this point you're just thinking, I need some points, but you don't want to press it too much.
No, you're looking right now that, hey, we need to score 2. We're going to go for 2 both times, being down 16. And these guys have been in some battles, or at least our coaching staff has, and have an understanding of where we need to go in the game, even if our kids haven't been in this situation before. Nice
job at the running back spot there. You've gone 3 deep there.
Yeah, nice job by Xavier Dandridge going in at tailback, fresh legs there in this fourth quarter. Good throw and catch, picking up a few yards as we go. You can see good protection. We get the ball down the field and feel like, hey, we had a chance on that one. They held us on it, so it gives us a fresh set. Come back to the outside. There's Pearson again, doing a nice job moving the football down the field. Come back in a big set and get our big offensive tackle, Q Barnes, that's playing from that tight end position, and get a nice throw and a catch, and just out of bounds on that one. But that was a really good throw and catch.
It was a heck of an effort by Avery, yeah.
Defense continuing to battle, doing what they can, trying to get the ball back, those kinds of things. You see Keith Dorsey coming in, making a nice stop from the safety position. Just a couple of gaps here or there that we're getting out of. JoJo Nichols, another safety, comes in, makes a nice stop. There's Keith in there with the D-line. D-line battling well with the good offensive line. Lost our edge to that side. We got to chase him out of bounds. But again, our guys are trying to battle. But right now, obviously, we're fighting a losing battle here. BA's got a lot of momentum. Tailback makes a nice cut. We miss a tackle, and they go in for the score.
And that kid right there is as good a player as you're going to find in the running back spot this year.
Yeah, really tough runner. Plays with a lot of heart, a lot of passion when he runs the football. Come back here at the end of the game. We're down. Clock's out of the hat here, but we're going to try to get a few plays, see if we can't get down the field. We're going to pick up a few yards here. A couple of guys making some nice catches. Okay, you had Jalen Brown made a nice catch. Pearson's got one. Braden White there getting out of bounds, trying to stop the clock. A few of those things. Got Dandridge hitting it up underneath there at running back, and just run out of time. And hats off to BA. No excuses. They had a great game plan and beat us soundly, and we've got to go back to work.
And that's all there is to it. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. It happened. Now let's move on, and it's where you go from here and how they respond, and that's what we're going to get into next. So we'll take a look at some of our plays from the game. We'll take a look at some of our pictures from the game. We'll get into next week, coming up next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
Tim shares his jacket.
Don thinks he's kinda nice.
Danny shares with Beth.
On a beach in paradise.
Robert shares his dance moves.
Then he shares a spin.
Victor shares with Emily.
But she's more into Quinn.
Kevin shares a song and the spotlight with Colleen.
Nick shares with Vince's to the DJ who's 19.
Deja shares with Curtis.
After her curfew.
Sharing's always better when I share a Coke with you.
No matter how you play, or work, or live, life sometimes throws you a curve. At Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center, we help you get back to playing, working, and living your life. EOC, Tulsa's finest and most experienced provider of sports medicine care for over 30 years. Visit us at eoc.com.
Back again on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach, Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to our up close and personal. Some wonderful pictures taken by our friend Dean Atchison, including, boy, a couple of really close calls in here.
Yeah,
Coach.
really close ones there. Appreciate Dean stepping in. Love this look. So much appreciate our team, their attitude toward patriotism and the national anthem. And what a great shot. Something to be proud of. There's Peyton Thompson, senior quarterback. I believe this may have been that first sprint out to our sideline. Just does a great job. Good leader for us. Darius Boone, love the vision as he's looking downfield. Got the ball, holding the ball really tight there. Nice job for Darius. Look forward to a lot of games with him. We talked a lot about Kyler Pearson. This is after the punt return. Caught the ball and got some extra yardage. There it is. There's Kyler again. On the touchdown pass, took a shot from the safety, held on to the ball. You can see holding two hands, he goes to the ground. Great job for him. Good snap and hold and great kick. Look at, if you're a young kicker, Noah's eyes right on the ball. It's one of those things I couldn't figure out with golf, I know that, but Noah does a great job with it. Good protection, Jake Henry, junior offensive tackles, Owen Shannon, a senior. Peyton there in the background, that's a pretty cool shot. Then you got Jaquan coming in here on the tackle and doing a nice job, and can't catch the number on the guy in the back, but I'm pretty sure that's Jaquan Sanders. And then that's that shot down the field to Torrey Dillard. Look at him stretching out there, just a little bit more, and that'd be a big play. Got a junior defensive lineman, Mason Givens. Mason had a great game, does a nice job. This is on one of those fly sweeps to the really fast kid, and got a big nose guard to be able to get a hold of it.
Maybe got himself some more playing time.
That's exactly right.
All right, so coming in this week, it's one of those really neat deals where you guys have made, not just Union, but other schools here have made deals with some Texas schools, and you've got an entire city coming up here this weekend.
Yeah, it's the superintendent of Mansfield Public Schools will be pretty busy Friday night because Jinx is playing Legacy. Bixby has got a game, I think, with Summit, and Broken Arrow's playing at another one of their schools, Sand Springs as well. We've got Lake Ridge. Lake Ridge lost on the last second touchdown to the eventual state champs in Texas last year, Highland Park. So we know that they've got an outstanding football team and a lot of speed. You're going to see a lot of speed. If you want to see some guys that can run some track, I know Union's got a very good track team. Mansfield does as well. So it's going to be a lot of speed on the field.
And for you guys, it's corrections week 1 to week 2. And coaches always say that's when you get the best, is week 1 to week 2. Certainly need that, but what do you expect to really change?
Well, I think, when you look at something like this, you try to get a lot of corrections done within the field. And some of those are, as some of our players even said, even my own son said, who got to play a few plays, that as soon as I made that mistake, I knew what I did wrong. And so that's, it's in there. It's just got to become habit. But, I mean, we've got to look at everything to how well did we hydrate so we don't have the cramps,
right.
Those kinds of things, to which gap you're supposed to be in. And so top to bottom, coaches, not just players, looking at the best possible way to correct some of those things so they don't happen again.
And obviously you want to play well, and then, of course, we talk about Mansfield next year. All you guys go back down there. Yeah. It's another one of those big road trips that I know you love, but at the same time, you got to get a team ready for. So you spend a little bit of time this week, too, talking about guys, hey, you juniors and you sophomores, you get to go back there next year. Yeah. You want to show them something.
Yeah, we've been playing a Texas team for quite a while now and have had some success as of late. And so we look forward to this matchup. It's kind of bragging rights between Oklahoma and Texas, and we know that they'll have a great following up here. And we look forward to a good match. And as you said, it's kind of a home situation. So what a neat experience for these high school kids, whether you're in the band, whether you're playing football, whatever it is, spirit groups. It's our home opener. There's nothing better than Union Tuttle Stadium. And we look forward to having a great crowd.
And let's see you out there too. Union Tuttle Stadium Friday night at 7 o'clock. We'll see you there.